Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Ninkolegy podcast.
Of the Trash Podcast.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. The Trash Podcast. So, this is Mr. Nink. Say hi.
No.
Okay. And I am SoulFoxie. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there. But before we get into the actual things we want to talk about, or I say things we want to talk about.
We have some.
We never really have
announcements.
subjects all throughout the thing because it's always semi-improvisational.
We have some announcements.
Yeah. So, more specifically, I have announcements. I don't know about this guy.
I don't know about me either.
Okay then. But yeah, I have sort of announcements about my channel, which is that while I'm not quitting, I'm just sort of stopping weekly uploads, and I'm stopping only doing let's play. I'm stopping being a let's play YouTuber specifically, and I'm stopping weekly uploads. I'm only uploading what I want and when I want to. So you don't need to, or you never needed to watch it when I uploaded it, but you don't need to always check what I post to see what it is and if you want to watch it, is what I'm saying. So just, if you want to see what I upload, I'd suggest either being in the Discord server or having notifications on from my channel.
Yeah.
That's what I'd suggest, to know when I upload. Anyway, so what are we talking about? It was weird or unusual drinks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I drink a lot of drinks.
I do not.
Yeah, you don't. You're picky.
Yes.
This guy hates Baja Flash. But I don't. I drink a lot of varied drinks, especially energy drinks and sodas. Drinking one right now, even. And I feel like you could call me a bit of a connoisseur. I don't go out of my way to deliberately try each and every one, even ones that are region specific, to Japan and such, because that A, costs a lot of money, and B, that's money I don't have.
Yeah.
But I try the ones that I can remember I haven't tried. And,
Because this man has dementia.
Yeah, I basically have dementia at my age. So if I can remember that I haven't tried them, or I guess more accurately, I notice that they're one I haven't tried, whether it's just a different flavor of the same drink or it's an entirely new drink I haven't tried, then I'll grab them and see what they're like. Especially if they're a ginger ale drink, because that is by far my favorite type of soda or energy drink, because there are sometimes different flavors of ginger ale for energy drinks. The only notable one I've noticed is, I believe it's called Ginger Mule or something like that for Monster.
Yep.
Which is really tasty.
That has a distinct flavor to it.
Yeah. It's very distinct, but it's not really my favorite. One of my favorites is probably a bottled ginger ale drink I've had before. I don't know if it'd be okay for me to say its name due to what the company's name is on YouTube. I'm serious. But I'll just say that the drink itself, it had a really harsh but nice flavor to it. It really hit the palate. I know a lot of people don't like ginger ale that's really powerful.
I don't mind.
And hits it like that. They don't like it. They don't always like it when it's that bitter. But sometimes, it not being super sweet, sometimes Canada Dry can be, is really nice. Like, I know Canada Dry has their bold flavor, and sometimes even their other flavors, like cranberry, can sometimes be more bold than that. But still, it sometimes tastes kind of sweet to me. So, do you know of any unusual or weird drinks?
Unusual weird drinks.
Yeah. Regardless of whether or not you've tasted them, do you know of any?
So unusual. I would put. I don't know.
Are you thinking of Ramune?
Yeah.
That's not really unusual because it's just a typical Japanese soda. It seems unusual to us, but the only thing unusual about it is the way it's opened. And maybe the shape of the bottle if you wanted to be subjective. But there's literally nothing unusual about it aside from that. Otherwise, it's just a typical drink. Because Japan is all about, like, presentation, I guess you could say, and aesthetics. Which is why it's probably like that. Like, there are lots of just normal snacks, well, normal snacks, in quotes, in terms of, like, how they taste, for the most part, that are, like, weird ways of actually having to eat them, or open them, or something to that extent. I'm not going to pretend I'm some expert on Japan, because I'm not, but I have definitely seen lots of different snacks and drinks, well, maybe not drinks, but lots of different snacks I have definitely seen from Japan that are exactly like Ramune in the fact of they're definitely weird and very versatile with how many there are. But I mean, yeah.
I unfortunately, I don't know, maybe pussy?
The energy drink from the UK?
Yeah. That's
I don't know. I feel like that's
banned in
just
the UK.
the name. I don't know if that qualifies. I guess out of context, it could be considered weird.
Not in today's generation.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Yeah. I'm trying to think of one.
Also same.
Would the upcoming drink Hard Mountain Dew technically be qualified? Because Mountain Dew, I mean, I'm not an expert on Mountain Dew history, but didn't Mountain Dew originally have a drink that was Hard Mountain Dew?
I am
Because
not
I believe
too
it
sure.
did. And then, they took it down. Or whatever, something like that.
I'm not too sure about that.
I think they did. Or, like, Mountain Dew itself was originally alcoholic. Just like the original flavor. And then, like, they made a separate version that was a soda. And then, because, like the success of the soda version, they stopped making the alcoholic version. I'm not an expert on Mountain Dew history. But I swear that there was, at some point, a hard Mountain Dew, or just an alcoholic Mountain Dew in the past. Like, the far past. Back near when Mountain Dew was, like, being made a thing. Or was, like, just becoming a thing.
So, in the, like, early 1900s.
Yes. And, like, that's why I say it's sort of weird that, like, it's just now sort of coming back around again. Unless it was by demand. And I'm not sure about you, but I haven't heard any demand for it.
They have a Baja Blast flavor for it, too.
Yeah, you told me about that. You said the flavors were original, Baja Blast, watermelon, and mango?
No, it's Code Red.
Oh, Code Red. Okay.
Which is a sweet cherry tasting. Supposedly. But according to early reviews online, people don't really like the drink.
Well, yeah, it's a light beer. It's literally 5%. Aren't most light beers typically like at least 7?
It's supposed to be like a White Claw version of Mountain Dew, I guess. So I guess I would classify that as unusual because it's a soda company with alcohol. We're going back to the early 1800s when Coke.
So I don't know if this qualifies as, well, maybe it does. So you obviously know what lemon juice and lime juice is, right? The thing that comes from lemon and limes.
Yes.
They sell those. You've probably seen it yourself.
Yeah.
They sell those in bottles.
Yeah.
Bottles that just look like you drank it.
I have drunk out of those.
Yeah, I have too. I've drank full bottles of those.
I
mean, not all at once, because they have not only tiny holes, but it's obviously extremely sour. Though it's like that sensation where the more you drink, the more you get used to it. Like, I remember taking the first sip out of the lime one, because that was the first one I opened, and it was just an absolute burst of sour. And then, like, the more I drank out of it, which was at a later point, because I didn't want to drink any of it, really, when I first opened it. But I remember I drank more of it later on, and the more I drank from it, it was like the less and less sour it felt. It still obviously felt sour, but it was like the less and less sour it got. And I was like, I just kept drinking it in small bursts. And eventually, I just poured like a lot of it into a small cup. Like maybe around half the bottle.
Because they are like only 6 ounces.
No, I had a large bottle. This was like 12 ounces at least. And
like a small little lime.
Yeah, and just started drinking it. I think the first time I put it into a small cup, it was like semi-mixed with water to water it down a little. But the next time I put it in a small cup, it was just straight up the juice.
Huh.
It was like literally, I guess you could say it was like literally doing like those things they mix with limes and bars, except just non-alcoholic. Just straight up lime juice.
Welcome to our bar, to where we're gonna.
Welcome to SoulFoxie's bar, but instead of alcohol, it's just straight up lime juice. Welcome.
Children are welcome here.
Children are indeed welcome, because if you like sour candy, you're definitely gonna like it here. Because it is nothing but lime juice and lemonade juice. Lemon juice.
Lemonade juice.
Because lemonade juice is definitely different.
And tastes a lot sweeter.
So, unusual and weird drinks. I feel like, without actively searching for them, you can't really find them unless you live in a place that sells them.
Yeah.
And we really don't.
Yeah.
We live, like, without giving away information, we live in a place that sells typical drinks for typical people. And you can't really deny that. I don't know why you're giving me that face.
We live in Royal, Kansas.
I don't know why you say that, because that, first of all, that's not true, and second of all, I feel like that place would also sell typical drinks for typical people.
Basically, what is sold here, if you could walk into your local convenience store or gas station, that's what's sold here. Pretty bland. Not gonna lie.
Most of the drinks that are sold here is probably sold mostly around the world, because they're name brand drinks. Yeah. There's probably some that we get here that's not sold everywhere, Like, for instance, the Jones drinks.
I know in the
There's like over 30 flavors of them, and we can probably get about maybe 14 flavors, depending on which stores you go to in total. Like, if you go to every single store here, you might be able to get 15, maybe a bit more of the total flavors. You might have to order some of them from restaurants, considering some of the restaurants sell them.
Now, there is a difference between drinks in the US and the UK and, like, the EU area.
Yes, indeed there is.
That being that they have to be, bought in smaller sizes.
There's a full-on difference in restaurants, too, sometimes.
Yeah. Such as food items and stuff.
I just meant, like, the names as well. Like, for example, I believe Burger King in Australia is called Hungry Jack's.
Also, like, Monster is not really a thing there.
It's not at all a thing there in Australia?
Like, it's not very well sold in other places than the U.S. But to buy an energy drink in the European Union or the United Kingdom, you have to be, like, 18 years old or something like that.
I mean, technically that's the law here too.
Used to be.
It's the law that you need to be 18 to drink it. It's just not enforced as in you need to be 18 to buy it.
Yeah.
That's the key difference.
Like, I think they actively ID check you if you look too young.
I mean, before you were older, they used to ID check you.
Just once.
Oh, just once. Sure, I believe that for half a second.
And I am also...
Mr. Bullish haircut.
I'm also trying to cut back on caffeine so I don't die.
Sure.
I am.
Says the guy drinking a Monster Hydro.
Hey, it's water.
It's still caffeinated.
I said I'm slowly...
Sure.
I don't want to be drinking like 300 milligrams of caffeine a day. That's definitely not healthy for anyone.
Then don't drink bangs. Simple problem. Solved. If you guys don't know, bangs, ghosts...
have way too much caffeine.
Energy drinks like that have 300 milligrams of caffeine. I believe this Pursuit I just drank... Actually, no. It only has 160, just as much as a Monster.
If you don't know, a Pursuit is a Rural King brand.
Didn't know that.
It's specific to...
Does it have any flavors other than grape?
Yes.
Buy some. I need to try them.
There's cotton candy, orange,
You forget, I don't have any reason to go to Rural King. I don't know this.
cherry. There are like 5 flavors. Then there's an original flavor.
So, that's unusual or weird drinks. Though we kind of diverted from unusual or weird drinks to just straight up drinks.
Hi.
What about, like, do you know any unusual or weird snacks?
Unusual or weird
I mean, I already
snack?
kind of touched on this. Ow! You're stepping on my foot. So, I already kind of touched on this with, like, the whole fact of Japan has weird snacks. But do you know any personally? Especially ones that we might have.
Not really. I mean, again, we live in a place where,
I don't know if you'd call this weird, but I feel like it counts as unusual. So, like, it's basically this thing where it's like a sort of cracker. It looks like a graham cracker, but it's not hard. And it has like these sparkly, sprinkle covered soft marshmallows. And I mean, like, really soft marshmallows. Not like squishy marshmallows that like you typically bite into. I mean, like, they're really squishy, and like, even though like it's squishy to the point to where like it feels like you could easily break them by biting them, but it's not easy to break them by biting them, if that makes sense.
I guess that makes sense.
And there are 4 small marshmallows on the cracker. It's like stuck to it. And you bite it. You might have seen these in stores, in our stores, because at our house, we've had them a couple times. I forget what they're called, but they typically come in, with like, I think 18 or 16 inside. And they're really...
I personally have not seen them.
They're pretty tasty in terms of like how they actually taste. I'm not a big fan of them because, first of all, I don't like marshmallows. At least not like just grab and eat marshmallows. If I want marshmallows, I typically would like prefer, campfire s'more type marshmallows.
Or hot chocolate.
Yeah, or hot chocolate marshmallows. Ones like that. Otherwise, I don't want marshmallows at all. So. But otherwise, they're pretty good. It's just like, I find it unusual because like it's a complete disconnect from anything you know about both the things it's made out of, both marshmallows and the crackers. I mean, the sprinkles are fine, except for the fact that like they don't really seem like sprinkles. They seem like they're completely attached and made out of the marshmallow. But like that doesn't change anything about it, because you expect them to be attached.
I mean, sprinkles are just sugar pellets, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Another thing that, depending on who you ask, could be one is Pocky.
I love Pocky.
Which we do get here in certain stores, but it's mainly sold in Japan and other places. Which, for those of you who don't know, it's basically like this edible pretzel-like stick, which is
with like a coating on it.
Yeah, with a coating of whatever the flavor is, and this pretzel stick is just dipped in that coating, and then that's it. It's just a pack filled with a bunch of those.
Yeah.
And you can eat the whole stick, because it's a pretzel, or some type of bread.
I don't know what it actually is, but it is like some type of bread.
Yeah. And I say that some people would find this weird, because like, just of the way it looks, I guess, and because of just how many different flavors of Pocky there is. Because like, we don't even live in Japan. We're pretty far from it, and we don't even get that many Japan items in our stores. I mean international items in general. We get like maybe 10 Japan items in our store in the international item. That's not like counting food items.
Right.
And this, I don't know, it's hard to fully describe.
Yeah, America is pretty bland when it comes to
Sometimes
snacks.
America has some pretty interesting drinks and snacks. Like, an interesting food item in America is typically always something that makes you fat, but it's good, usually. And an interesting or good food item from Japan or some other place, while it may not always make you fat, a lot of the time it always holds up as interesting. Like, for instance, my favorite food item is orange chicken. And that's definitely not good for you. It has a lot of sugar in it.
But it tastes good.
Huh?
It tastes good.
Yeah, it definitely tastes good. I can eat a whole bag of it by myself. But like I said, it's definitely not good for you. It has a lot of sugar in it.
And it also depends on where you get the orange chicken from.
I mean, I've eaten orange chicken from quite a few sources.
Because some orange chicken does not have the same amount of sugar. I know the Panda Express.
That's something I kind of want to try. The orange chicken from there.
Basically, it's spicy.
Oh.
Sort of.
I mean, all orange chicken has a small tang to it.
Yeah. But it's like it's like a flavor of orange chicken I've never.
I know that depending on the
tasted.
brand, I enjoy the General So chicken, which is basically exactly like orange chicken, but actually spicy.
And made with barbecue sauce.
Yeah. I say depending on the brand because I don't like it too spicy because I'm not very into spicy things. So I don't want it like burning my mouth as I eat it. That's why I like ginger ale. It like gives me a burning sensation in my throat and mouth, but it doesn't actually.
Now ginger beer.
Huh?
Ginger beer. Like
ginger ale drinks as a whole, both ginger beer and ginger ale.
Ginger beer stings. Disclaimer: it's not actual real beer. If you didn't know that.
Yeah, I've tried a couple of both.
It like burns the back of your throat.
Actually, a couple of the ginger beers I've tried haven't even been as like punctual in terms of their burn as some of the ginger ales I've tried.
There's one from Aldi's that it'll literally eject your soul from how bad it burns.
A lot of the things you say though, in terms of like food and drinks, don't always resonate with me.
Honestly, you should make your own trying things thing then.
I really should, but considering the fact I want to remain anonymous on the internet, that doesn't seem like it'd go down well. Just aiming my phone or something else. Just aiming my phone prominently at, like, I don't know, my stuffed horse. Why are you laughing? I have a stuffed horse plushie in my room.
I'm just thinking, hey everyone, my name is SoulFoxie, welcome back to...
Hey everyone, my name is SoulFoxie, I turned into a horse.
Horse, if you will. If you know, you know. Anyway.
What? Anyway.
Everything currently that I'm doing feels like it's taking years.
That's because you're driving a truck.
I'm talking about, like, the podcast and, like, in real life.
Oh. You mean talking?
Yeah, because it's been almost 24 hours since I've slept.
Oh.
So everything that I do just feels like an
It's been almost 24 hours since I slept as well. Well, sort of. Get over it, you big baby.
Oh, I'm sorry I need sleep.
I'm sorry you need sleep.
Are you mocking my voice now, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, next episode, he won't be here.
Oh, you threatening to kill me?
No, I'll have someone else do it for me. Not that I can't do it myself. Susan, if you're listening.
He's threatening to murder me.
I don't know if anyone just saw what happened in the game, but I just yeeted a car off the freeway.
I didn't even notice.
Did you not?
All I saw was damage and offending vehicle offense or something like that.
I didn't even notice.
So, what are we talking about now? I just started dying.
How SoulFoxie is gonna die.
Again, what are we talking about now?
I honestly don't know. Hi.
We talked about the drinks, snacks, and stuff.
Welcome to our professional podcast.
Shut up.
Okay.
You wanted to talk about Pokemon Brick Bronze.
That I am going to make a video of itself. Not actually.
You said you might make a video on it.
Not as like a podcast, but as a full-on documentary on my second channel about it.
Then why did you write it down as one of our podcast
That
ideas?
was written down weeks ago.
Then why didn't you erase it?
Honestly, I should.
If you guys don't know, we write down like starter ideas on how to get a podcast started with a topic.
No, we look up on Wiki how to get a podcast started.
You shut up. We don't.
I mean, we should do that.
What?
For just to see what pops up, you know?
But yeah, we write down a few topics to get ideas in our head for how to start it. And then we use whatever we like. It's not like before where we literally have a script. Because that was extremely stupid.
That was.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say it was stupid. It was a smart idea to have a script. But sticking to a script is, like, it needs to be actually detailed and have lines and stuff. We just had general topics we wanted to write out. And that didn't work. Because that's not how scripts work. Unless you want them to be improvisational, in which case there's no point in writing out topics.
That is not a script.
Yeah. It's either you make it improvisational or you make it a script. It can't be both. So I figured, I mean, I've referenced Distractable a couple times now, but I figured we'd make the podcast more like a Distractable in that we started out with a topic sort of like Distractable, except there's no judge and there's no competition. And then I don't know why I'm coughing. And then we just talk about what we wanted, and then we see where we go from there, if anywhere. So, if any of you were confused, I hope that clears stuff up.
If you think our crappy podcast is...
Yeah, that clears stuff up about our terrible podcast.
That we get daily comments reminding us that, so...
Daily comments from Whiteout Marker or whatever.
That shouldn't even be a real person anyway.
I really hope he is a real person. And he comments on this video, and he's like,
This is
still a terrible podcast, but thanks for acknowledging it.
Still a terrible podcast, but thank you.
It's like, you don't need to remind us literally every day, every episode, every second. We know. We don't care.
Imagine we wake up one day to one of our podcast episodes just has like 100 comments from him. This is trash. This is stop. Just stop.
Yeah, telling someone to stop when they're enjoying what they're doing is not going to change anything. We don't do this for money. We don't do this for fame.
We have 70 subscribers. How are we going to do it for money?
We have 70 subscribers on this podcast channel. And between us both, between our individual channels...
We have 3,000, probably.
like, yeah, between your main channel and my channel, we probably have a little over 3,000, if even.
And I'm losing subs daily, so.
Yeah, and he and
Is
possibly even
literally
me are both
bleeding.
losing subs daily.
I'm bleeding subs.
So, yeah, and if we're still producing content, even though I just said the fact that I'm not going to be making content as often anymore, that shows you that we're not doing this for fame, money, or anything like that. We're literally just doing it for fun.
Do you want to know how many subscribers I've lost?
Something around the realm of 1,000 in total.
Well, in total, around like 300 of it was from Alex.
Why should we talk about the guy anymore? He doesn't exist.
And then, just a couple days ago, I lost 400 subscribers. 400. For no apparent reason.
Dang.
And, I started making I started working on a project, and apparently that saved me. Because I am somewhat gaining a subscriber here and there. And no longer losing, which is nice.
People were just leaving because we weren't posting anything. Excuse me.
That is, well, yeah, I was like posting once a month. And now I'm just bombarding them with
They're like, even Shadro posts every 2 weeks or so. You can't just go absent like this.
yeah, because people really like my Shadro remixes and stuff.
I was thinking about posting a Shadro cover of something, but I'm hesitant.
I still have a defrag cover from so long ago that I have on my computer, and it's been almost a year since I recorded it.
I feel like defrag is probably one of the worst songs to cover, because it's all, first of all, the music itself is all electronic.
Yeah.
And the voice itself is synthesized. And then
who's to say you can't synthesize your own voice? Though?
That's not the problem here. And then the whole tone itself changes later in the song to something completely different. So that's why if I did a Shadro cover, I was gonna do something like Spider Girl acoustic or Springing into Action.
A song I've never heard.
You haven't heard Springin'?
No.
In that case, as soon as we're done with this recording, you're listening to it. Because it's been out for, I think, over 5 months now, and you haven't listened to it.
No. I literally was one of the people in the premiere of Spider Girl acoustic, but
I don't stay around. I don't like, if I see something about to premiere and like, I don't know, even 48 hours, I'm like, I'm not going to sit here with a tab open to wait for it to premiere.
Why would you sit there and wait for 48 hours?
No, I'm like, even if it's just like waiting for the, like having the tab open to wait while I do other things, like over the course of the 2 days, I'm not going to sit there and wait. I'm not even going to sit there and wait if it's just going to be premiering in like 3 hours, unless it's like something really important like the Unis Honest final live stream was. Unless it's something like that, I'm not just going to sit there and wait. My throat is really dry.
So, what exactly do we have in store for the rest, like, the podcasts come to time?
The podcast comes to time?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I thought we weren't going to talk about the future.
This is different.
Okay, so what are we gonna bring to the podcast sometime?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully better commentary.
Yes, and better editing skills, as I am getting better at that.
I didn't know you even edited the podcast.
I do edit.
Oh.
It's actually what takes the most time, besides uploading the video on my crappy Wi-Fi.
Right. So, hopefully better gameplay as well. Just in general, better games for better gameplay, as well as better topics to talk about.
Better, I guess, sound quality.
I say better topics to talk about, even though we always divert from those topics.
You know, maybe even setting up a webcam that's just focused on my face, because this man wants to remain anonymous.
Yeah, I always sit, like, so far away from him because I don't trust his webcam.
Yeah, because
I'm pretty sure
my
there was one
webcam
time,
light's always on.
Well, in general, his webcam is, like, wide range.
Yeah.
So I don't trust it. Because I'm pretty sure there was one time he recorded a video and his webcam was accidentally on. And it's not like I was sitting close to him or anything, but he just didn't mean to have it on. Because whenever we record, I don't want his webcam on just in case I'm sitting too close.
There is a video like that where you are sitting too close. However, I have cut out where your face actually enters the,
That was the, thing we did in the basement, right? No? What video was that then?
I believe it was one of my trying things video. You were, like, sitting right on top of me. Or, actually, I believe...
What was that video we did in the basement anyway?
It was laughing at dad jokes.
Oh.
A year ago, basically, at this point.
Man, that feels like yesterday.
I know. Remember
we should do another one of those.
Remember when we...
Because I found this subreddit called Uncle Jokes.
Oh, no.
We should do that.
I believe this is roughly the same time that we, like, stayed up all night filming for a music video.
So, possibly expect a Laughing at Uncle Jokes video in the future.
Near future.
Yeah, possibly near future.
Just depends.
And I was thinking maybe I might record a Fury speedrun. Another Fury speedrun, rather, because I've already recorded, I think, 2. Anything else you want to talk about before we end this one?
I have a new album coming out, if you want to listen to that. 10 songs, I believe, so.
The Last Abyss. Well, not last, but The Lost Abyss, whatever.
You're close, but it's making me cringe on how close you are, but it's not. Anyway.
Is that not what it's called? It's not called The Lost Abyss?
Lost in the Abyss.
Oh, Lost in the Abyss? Whatever. So, close enough. If you're lost, if it's The Lost Abyss, you might as well be in the abyss. Whatever. What was I saying?
I don't know. Do you have any, like, announcements of, like, any projects you're going to be doing?
Do I have any projects to plug?
Yeah.
I don't have any projects. I'm not like you.
Also, Doki Doki Literature Club will return in the following week after this is uploaded. Because I have not recorded a Doki Doki Literature Club video in almost... No, because I recorded all of them basically before Christmas. So
you just haven't been uploading them because you're lazy.
No, I only recorded 4.
Oh. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast.
To like the 5 people who are watching.
To like the 5 people who are watching and rewatching, we thank you sincerely. To OK Classic, thank you again for watching the entire episode. We love that you watch these all the way through.
Giving us watch hours.
Yeah. And yeah, any last words?
Subscribble? Actually, no. No. Subscribe. Like. Subscribe to SoulFoxie here.
Hi.
If you guys don't know what his content is, it's like long content, like videos that are longer.
It's not always longer,
but
sometimes it's shorter.
Yeah, it's just basically gaming stuff.
Occasionally speedruns. I plan on maybe putting up more speedruns more often.
Because it is a very easy thing to record.
Yeah, I don't even have to commentate for it.
Also, I'm really sad that my Portal 2 speedrun that got denied.
Why was it denied? Did he give a reason?
It said video is too choppy.
Oh, they probably denied it because they thought that maybe its choppiness was something of like slices. Or splices, rather, not slices. You know what splicing is, right?
Think so?
It's basically like segmenting different runs from other runs to like make a better run.
Okay. But in my heart, I did better. That video is
actually...
You
said from Portal 2. You haven't even finished Portal 2.
I meant Portal. That'll be... that's on my second channel, and I'm probably going to attempt a third time at it.
Yeah. Maybe after I show you the song, we will record a Portal 2 video.
Maybe.
Just maybe.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yep.
Go check out our other videos. We have like, I don't know, 19 videos on this channel now. It's kind of crazy.
Something like that.
Yeah. Peace out.
Goodbye.